Aveline and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So today I am building another little house for you guys. This is built on a 20 by 15 in Newcrest. And I will say though, before we get way too into the exterior, I was definitely focusing more on the interior of this build because I've been wanting to build an industrial loft or just a loft in general, like for a long time, but I've kind of been struggling to figure out what a loft would look like with the exterior, because usually lofts are like either in apartment buildings or in like renovated factories or converted factories or something like that. So I didn't fully know how to build that in The Sims, considering we can't really, because I still wanted it to be playable, you know, so I didn't want to build 3 townhouses next to each other and just have one of them turn into a loft or something like that. So plus I don't think they would look very interesting, to be honest, because usually these kind of buildings are just kind of squared and brick and not my favorite thing to look at. I like shapes. So yeah, I decided to just do something else. So we're building a contemporary house, and then the inside is very industrial and a loft, and I definitely like how the interior turned out. It's a little bit different from, or it's a lot different from what I've been doing lately, because I've been sticking to very bright interiors, very colorful interiors, just very like light and happy and kind of cutesy. So it was nice to go in a different direction for once. There isn't much of a backyard with this build, by the way, just like the neighboring house. It's a very small, narrow backyard. They do have a grill area with a table with 3 chairs, and then they also have a pool. And I think this house is supposed to be for a guy. I definitely feel like it's more for a guy, but I suppose you can have a female Sims living in here too, like it's fine. I also didn't put in any pet stuff, but when I thought about that afterwards while editing the footage, I was kind of like, no, they need a dog living in here, like a small Frenchie or something. So I don't know if I'm gonna put some pet stuff in there before uploading this to the gallery. I don't think I will, but yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you think. Also, doing the color scheme for the exterior took me a very long time, because it was like my brain just kept telling me, this is way too dark, this is way too dark, what are you doing, this is way too dark. So I wanted, like, continuously wanted to add some white to it, or at least like dark gray, just to break it up just a little bit, but I decided to just stick with it, so it's very black and just dark brown, which is not my favorite color combination, but again, I just wanted it to look different from what I've been doing lately, so I kind of just stuck with it. I know it looks very kind of weird and it's very dark, but let's just go with it for once, you know? So yeah, I stuck to this color scheme. It's very simple. I'm just using, I think the black paint is base game, and the wooden panels are from Get Together, possibly Get Together or Spa Day, if I'm not mistaken. Don't fully remember, but one of those two. So I did include the floor plan. It didn't take me very long because obviously with it being a loft, it's very open. The only room that's closed off is actually the bathroom, which is a 2x4 bathroom. So there's only a bathtub shower combo out there along with a sink and also a toilet. It's a very small bathroom. There's a lot of windows there, so I suppose if you sit down on the toilet you can see everything. But you know, it's fine. I put some blinds on there, so let's just pretend like they can't actually see in through the windows or something like that. So I decided to put the bedroom on the 2nd floor, so it's on this little balcony kind of situation. And then by the foot of the stairs, or the staircase, I put the kitchen, and I ended up using these base game counters because they look very industrial to me. I've used a lot of base game stuff around the house actually, so yeah, because a lot of it has this specific industrial look to them that yeah, that we got with base game. Apparently it's kind of a funny combination we got with base game. We got some traditional stuff, some that looks a little bit vintagey, something that looks grandma, and then we got the plastic contemporary stuff, and then we got this industrial stuff. So it's a funny combination. I don't often use these counters, but I figured they'd be perfect for an industrial build, so I went with these ones instead. And then the stove and also the fridge are from Jungle Adventure, because I think they went pretty well with these counters and also the cabinets. I don't know if that swatch, the cabinet swatch, actually fits the counters, because the cabinet swatches are so weird compared to the counters, so it's a little bit difficult to figure out which one is actually supposed to go with what swatch, if that makes any sense. So I don't know, hopefully they fit together, I'm not entirely sure, but anyways. I also put a half wall behind the bar stools here where the island counters are, just because I wanted to frame it up just a little bit. So it makes it a little bit easier to furnish the rest of the room if you have like a half wall or a wall divider or something like that, just to give it some shape. Hopefully that makes sense. And then over here I did start out putting a bar in there, but then later on I decided to swap it out with a desk instead. So there's a bit of an office area over here, or at least like a study area, work area, or whatever you want to call that. I put some shelves up here in the end, along with a mirror and also this little thing, which I think is kind of funny. I don't know what it's called, like a light thing, but I thought it was kind of funny, so I decided to include it for once. It's not often that I use those light things. We got one that looks like a drink as well, which I've used a couple of times, I think, but they don't often fit into my interiors, so I thought for once I would just stick to it. So yeah, and that one looks like fire with some kind of text, so I thought it would suit like a bar area, you know, but I think it looks okay with the desk later on. And then I just put some clutter on the shelves as well. I think I ended up putting that lemon bowl right there along with some books probably, or something like that, a pepper shaker, salt and pepper shaker, because that makes sense in an office area, definitely. I think I actually let those be over there, but I thought it was okay because it is a small space. They don't have a lot of storage space around the house either, so maybe they have a few kitchen things over there because there are some shelves over there by the desk area. But I actually also ended up using one of the laptops because I thought it would fit the interior, and it's the yellow swatch and I really like it. It's a nice it's cool to have laptops finally. I will admit, I thought they were gonna come with university once university arrives at some point, because let's be honest, it is gonna arrive at some point. It's one of the most wanted packs, I think, overall in the community, so it's definitely gonna happen at some point. But I thought laptops were gonna come with university, and I was very surprised to see them in Strangerville. But now I'm kind of wondering, like, what will we get with university once that comes? Also, what pack do you think is the next one? Because I'm not sure it's going to be university, or if they're going to save that for later this year or next year or something. But let me know your theories. Let me know what you think. Also, I was definitely taking inspiration from Pinterest pictures for the interior because it's been a long time since I did anything industrial, and I just wanted to make sure that I got it, like I've managed to do it okay at least. So I was definitely taking inspiration from Pinterest pictures. I do that quite often, not so much for interior actually. It's only like rare occasions, like with the Paris apartment I did. I took some inspiration also from Google actually for that one. And then for this one I've taken inspiration from Pinterest pictures too, but other than that, oh yeah, the Tumblr apartment, I looked up on Pinterest too. I know it's a little bit ironic, but I did. But I just wanted to make sure that I was kind of going for the correct vibe. But usually with like houses, I don't go on Pinterest to look at inspiration pictures for the interior. I just go with whatever I want to. I do it sometimes. I do it more often for apartments, but it's still very rare that I do it for apartments. I just like to figure it out myself, I guess. I don't know. But with exteriors, house exteriors, definitely go on Pinterest quite a lot, and real estate websites. I don't know why I'm talking about this. Anyways, so yeah, the couch area or the living area is over here. I like how it turned out. I feel like everything just kind of fits naturally into this little area of the house. And then they have the eating area, dining area here too, so they can have guests over, because I think it's only supposed to be for 1 or 2 Sims, but I definitely wanted to make sure that they had some extra space in case they want guest overs, because the house, I am going to put it in my save file, by the way. I know that I said for this week I wasn't going to build anything for the save file, but I ended up doing it anyways, because apparently I don't know how to not build for the save file anymore. So there is that, and there's a guy who's gonna end up living in this house. I think I'm gonna end up giving him the Frenchie as well, just because I thought it would be cute, or I think it would be cute, but I don't think he's gonna have a partner or anyone, so he's just gonna be living here by himself with his dog, and yeah. So I think that means I'm actually done with this area of Newcrest, which means that I'm only missing 4 lots in the other area, the lower left one, and then I'm missing the 40 by 20 on the right area of the map, so that's super exciting. We're not far from, that's 5 lots total, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, looking forward to getting Newcrest over with. I will say that like Forgotten Hollow is gonna take me ages to finish because I just don't like building there. But other than that, we're actually pretty far into the progress. We're missing a lot of community lots, but you guys already know this. But other than that, we're pretty far into the progress. However, I won't be giving you guys a set date on like the release of the save file just because I don't want to make promises in case I can't keep them. And I don't know when the next pack is coming out. I don't know if we're gonna get a world with that pack and suddenly that means another month worth of work or something like that. It could be. You never know. You never know how big those next couple of worlds are gonna be. So yeah, I'm not gonna be giving you guys a set date on when the save file is done, but just know that we're far into the progress. I'll try to be better at updating you guys on Twitter and stuff so you can see the maps and maybe on the Discord server as well in case you are curious. But yeah, it is happening, don't worry. But just in case you're gonna ask when the save file is done, I can't give you an answer. Just know that we're working on it. Anyways, I know that I keep updating you guys on it every single video, but honestly, I get questions about it every single video, so I feel like I have to update you guys on it as well. But anyways, for the backyard, oh right, I had such big issues with landscaping because I had no idea. When I built the exterior, I wasn't really thinking about landscaping at all, to be honest, and it's been a while since I've built anything contemporary. And I don't know if you guys remember, but when I first started doing contemporary houses here on the channel, I did talk about struggling with landscaping a little bit because it's very different from like traditional houses or just, you know, traditional suburban houses or cottages or stuff where you can just go a little bit crazy, make it a little bit random. It's different from that because I don't really feel like that looks good with contemporary houses. It's like everything has to be planned out with contemporary houses, and I was definitely struggling a little bit with that. I did not know what to do. I hadn't thought about it at all, so in the end I decided to put some flower beds or some bushes with like flowers on it just to add a little bit of color to the exterior because it was getting really dark and black and brown, so I just wanted some color in there. So I decided to go for, I did it like this, yeah, so it's still structured, planned out, and then I just added a lot of colorful bushes and flowers and stuff just to add that color like I said before, because I figured the house just needed a little bit of color, you know? So I did the same with the back of the build, but a lot less than at the front, just because I wanted to make sure that there was room for at least like a hangout area or a small pool or something like that, and there's not a whole lot of space here at the back. So not a whole lot of flowers, not a whole lot of room for flowers at least. So it's very minimal, but I just needed there to be a little bit of color, also so it would fit with the front of the house as well. But other than that, they get a little hangout area here on the terrace or the back terrace. I also put a chess table up on one of the balconies slash terraces, whatever you want to call that. And then I ended up actually moving this pool over to the other corner, so it's like it's basically pushed up entirely into the corner, so it takes up as little space as possible. And then on the other side of the pool, that's where I add the little grill area just to make sure that they can sit outside and enjoy the weather or whatever when the guy who lives here has friends over, or maybe he's throwing a housewarming party, or I don't know, something like that. So yeah, that's about it for the backyard. Not a whole lot of stuff going on, but like I said, we don't have a lot of space, as you can probably see too. So not a whole lot of space to deal with and stuff. But it's just one sim living here. He's a young guy. He doesn't need a lot of space in the backyard for children to run around and play or well, he has his dog, but I suppose the dog has to do its business at the front of the house, like the dogs actually do in The Sims for whatever reason. Is it just me, or do your dogs also just like walk out the front door and poop on the street? Anyways, let me know in the comments section down below. But we are getting to the end of this video, so I'm gonna wrap up this voiceover now. If you like this build, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. Let me know if there's anything specific you want to see here on the channel in the comments section down below, and I will write it down in my little planner. And other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye!
Now I really get what the love songs are talking about, and I just wanna tell her how I feel, scream it out loud. Have you ever been in love? Have you ever lost your head? Have you felt like you were out of breath when you saw her in that dress? When your heart is beating fast and you're sweating and you can't stop looking at her smile, then you've been in love. That's how you know you've been in love. There's something about the way she laughs and the way she always dances when she thinks nobody sees. And when she's gone, I miss her so. I tell her, baby, please don't go. I think you should stay with me. And I really get what the love songs are talking about. Oh, and I just wanna tell her how I feel, scream it out loud. Have you ever been in love? Have you ever lost your head? Have you felt like you were out of breath when you saw her in that dress?